is a tale of the legendary King Arthur and his nephew, Sir Gawain of the Round Table. Now, Arthur was holding a banquet, for he loved these nearly as much as his adventures, of which there are so many. And at this banquet, he was sitting and he was eating chicken. And he was drinking wine. Eating chicken. And drinking more wine. He ate yet more chicken. And as he picked up his goblet for the third time, this woman dashed in and knocked it out of his hand. I am so sorry, fair maid. Now, this woman that had run in was impeccably dressed, with clearly the finest clothes money could buy. But her hair looked as though a cat had been sleeping in it, and her eyes were bloodshot with grief. She begged King Arthur, "O King, you are the finest of all men in this land. My husband, he has been taken by the evil Black Knight. Please, can you save him?" Now, of course, Arthur was very sorry for this woman, for losing a loved one is worse than death in most cases. But he also felt a sense of adventure. He loved adventure. So he agreed, and off he set with only his horse and his magic sword, Excalibur, for company. He set through a wood that was dark and dim, and as he looked around, he saw that the trees looked like they were made from human bones and the branches from human fingers. So, to keep spirits high, he whistled. It seemed to work, as he soon exited the forest, and then he looked to his left, and he saw there was a pool as black as death itself. Whistling had worked once, why not try it again? He got past the pool until he looked ahead, and out from a black castle he saw the Black Knight storming towards him. He collapsed from his horse and fell to his knees. "So, this is the legendary King Arthur. I mean, tell me, King, why I should not just lop off your head now?" The king looked at the Black Knight and shouted, "Because you are the devil!" "No, I'm not the devil. To be truthful, I'm the servant of Morgana le Fay, your sworn enemy. But see, the lady is here with me." As Arthur looked up, he saw the lady that had sent him on this adventure in the first place, and he filled with rage. But before he could say anything, the Black Knight continued speaking. "No, it'd be too easy to kill you now. I know, you like quests, don't you? I'll set you one. You must return here alone in a year with the answer to this question. What is it that women desire most in the world? Give me the right answer, you shall live. Give me the wrong answer, and you shall make a lovely tree in my forest." So, the Black Knight left Arthur still on the floor. Now, when Arthur returned to his courts and told his nephew, Sir Gawain of the Round Table, what had happened, Gawain insisted, "My king, you could not feel fear. You wouldn't have collapsed. It must have been black magic. You should not go on this adventure. It is surely a trick. You know what Morgana le Fay is like. You'll have no right answer to this question." The king said, "But Gawain, I am honour bound. This is my dignity. I must go." Gawain saw Arthur was never going to be pushed, so he decided to go with him, for obviously two people looking are better than one, surely. So they set off the very next day, and they asked every woman they saw the question, and the answers they got were arranged. They had, some said fine jewels, some said clothes, some said a husband that would marry them and love them forever. But then you had the weirdos, to put it frankly. I mean, they went up to this one person and asked the question, and this lady said, "Look, me dear, all women really want is a nice pot of strawberry jam. I mean, yeah, it's okay for you putting on your butter and your bread, but it's not exactly amazing, is it?" So they'd searched for a day, and a day turned into weeks, weeks into a month into nearly a year, and yet none of the answers they'd had were convincing, really. And they were just about to part when they saw this one last woman. And they thought, what's left to lose? So they stepped closer and saw that she had a beautiful green silk dress. It must have been really expensive. So Gawain stepped forward to ask the question. But as the woman turned around, well, to put it frank, she was ugly. Her nose was so crooked it nearly touched her second chin. I mean, if she was going for a casting role, she wouldn't even get into Hollyoaks. I think that shows a lot. But as King Arthur went to ask the question, before he could even open his mouth, the woman hushed him and said, I know the answer to the question that you want, but I shall tell you if... Oh, that knight over there, he's rather handsome. I shall tell you if you let me marry him. To be truthful, King Arthur was shocked. For Gawain was so handsome, everyone expected him to marry the beautiful woman that lived near the castle. But Gawain stepped forward and said, my king, if she can save your life, I will be proud to marry her. Oh. So, this was a deal done. And Arthur set off with the answer to the question, and he set off to the Black Knight's castle. And this time, he didn't need to whistle, and he didn't fall off his horse. He stood tall, and as the Black Knight thundered towards him and asked him the answer, King Arthur said, the answer to the question that you asked me, what is it that women desire most in the world? It is this. They desire to be in their rightful place, to rule over men. Now, with this, I know personally I don't agree, but there's nothing against women, it's just the fact that surely I should rule over everyone. Anyway, with this, the Black Knight fell to his knees, for this was the correct answer, and he shouted at Arthur, that is the correct answer, and in saying it you have freed me from the curse put on me by Morgan Le Fay. I am not really cruel. Let me join the round table and prove this to you. So, reluctantly, because after what he'd put Arthur through, Arthur agreed. For one more to the round table would surely be a good thing. So they set off, eagerly looking forward to the wedding and the after-wedding party. Now, the wedding was nothing abnormal, but nothing spectacular. But the after-wedding party, gosh, that was another story. I mean, Gawain's now ugly wife was such a character. She forgot everyone's name, and she went up to Arthur and went, all right, Warty. She ate so much, she had a lake in her dress. And I'm sure if this wasn't a time of chivalry, someone would have gone up to her and went, hey, mate, you know what? You're ugly, you're old, and you're of low birth. Go away, we don't want you. But it was a time of chivalry, and the most chivalrous of them all had to be Sir Gawain. As they went to their room, Gawain cried. The woman asked what was wrong, and he felt he must tell her and stop being so chivalrous. Instead of bursting into a fit of anger like Gawain thought she would, she just cackled. Gawain, Gawain, Gawain. Are you that arrogant? I mean, so what if I'm old? Surely with age comes wisdom, and that is not a bad thing. And the fact that I'm ugly, is that necessarily a bad thing? At least you'll have no competition for me. I know that myself, I've got no competition for anything. And are you so arrogant that you have to be born into nobility? Surely it is your character that does that. Gawain thought and agreed. Yes, you're right in everything you've said. I'm sorry. Gawain, say that to my face at least. He noticed a change in her voice, and as he turned around, he saw her nose was perfectly formed, and she was just beautiful. She had no warts, nothing, and she would definitely get a place on Coronation Street, not Hollyoaks. She continued, Gawain, I had a curse on me, and I told you the answer to set my brother free, but I could only be freed by a noble seeing sense, and now the choice of marriage is truly yours. So of course, Gawain agreed, for she was most handsome. And they say this tale was told by the Knights of the Round Table, except for when Gawain was there. So, surely if you tell it, you could say you're a Knight of the Round Table too.